Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to Al Jazeera, the United Nations humanitarian chief, Tom Fletcher, has issued a grave warning that South Sudan is at a critical juncture, facing the imminent threat of full-scale famine. Addressing the Security Council, Fletcher urged immediate action to prevent the nation from collapsing, highlighting that hunger is tightening its grip across all 10 states, with emergency levels of food insecurity expected during the lean season until July. He recounted observing looted humanitarian compounds and destroyed nutrition centers in Jonglei State, where over 140,000 people urgently require aid. More than 7.5 million individuals are projected to need food assistance this year, exacerbated by anticipated floods. Anita Kiki Gibeho, head of EON-MIS, reported that civilians continue to suffer intensely amid escalating clashes between the South Sudan People's Defense Forces and the SPLA-IO, particularly in Jonglei. Fletcher called on the Security Council to ensure unhindered humanitarian access, increase flexible funding, and demand that all parties adhere to humanitarian law and civilian protection. UPI reports that a 10-day ceasefire in the Israel-Hezbollah war, announced by U.S. President Donald Trump, has initiated a complex diplomatic process for Lebanon and Israel. This truce, effective after midnight Thursday, pauses 46 days of intense conflict that resulted in over 2,294 deaths, 7,544 injuries, and 1.2 million displacements. Lebanon now faces sensitive negotiations to end the conflict, address Hezbollah's weapons, and reclaim sovereignty without being forced into an imposed peace. President Trump has invited Lebanese President Joseph Aoun and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to the White House for lasting peace talks. However, an attempt by U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio to arrange a direct call between the Lebanese and Israeli leaders was declined by Lebanon, citing prematurity. Experts note Lebanon must uphold commitments, particularly regarding Hezbollah's disarmament, a task complicated by fears of renewed civil war. Former Foreign Minister Faiz Boez highlights Israel's push for full normalization versus Lebanon's goal of implementing UNSCR 19049 armistice agreement, stressing the need for an honest U.S. broker. Hezbollah remains resistant to direct negotiations and disarmament, even as it faces growing domestic pressure. President Aoun has expressed determination for Lebanon to act on its own behalf, choosing prosperity and reject and suicide. Maria Medeiros Long, the career federal prosecutor leading a criminal investigation into former CIA Director John Brennan, has been removed from the case, sources confirmed to CBS News on Friday. Medeiros Long, who headed the National Security Section for the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of Florida, reportedly told U.S. Attorney Jason Redding Quinones that she did not believe there was enough evidence to make a case against Brennan. The Justice Department spokesperson confirmed the personnel change, describing it as a routine practice for effective resource allocation. Chris DeLorenz, who previously worked for U.S. District Judge Eileen Cannon and as an advisor in the Deputy Attorney General's office, is now assigned to the case. The probe originated from a Republican-led House Judiciary Committee referral over allegations Brennan lied to Congress about the CIA's role in the 2016 Russia election meddling assessment and the Steele dossier. Prosecutors are investigating if Brennan committed perjury in his 2023 testimony. According to NBC News, the head of the International Energy Agency, Fatih Birol, issued a stark warning on Thursday, stating that Europe has maybe 6 weeks or so of jet fuel left. This critical situation stems from the ongoing Iran war, which has led to oil, gas, and other vital supplies being blocked through the Strait of Hormuz. Bayroll cautioned that if the strait remains closed, Europe could see flight cancellations soon due to fuel shortages. He described the situation as the largest energy crisis we have ever faced, predicting significant global economic repercussions, including higher petrol, gas, and electricity prices, and worsening economic growth and inflation worldwide. While developing countries in Asia, Africa, and Latin America are expected to be hit hardest initially, the impact will eventually extend to Europe and the Americas. Bayroll also criticized Iran's toll booth system for ships in the strait, fearing it could set a dangerous precedent for other crucial waterways like the Malacca Strait, advocating for unconditional oil flow. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.